And welcome back to HirePresence. Pat Dewar, Jody Holland's my guest today, and he is talking about ways to make sure that the employee and the employer are a perfect fit. He uses tools. His company's called Murph Systems. You can get connected with him at murphsystems.com. He's also an author of a book called My Judo Life. My Judo Life is a interesting book. I can't wait to read it because it talks about a guy that gets laid off, but then finds his core competency, his niche, and he's able to finally succeed in his life. If you've ever had somebody throw a curveball at you, so to speak, like you're laid off and here's your pink slip, well, then you'll love his book. And you can get it at myjudolife.com. myjudolife.com. So this section, I want to get into more about what you guys bring to the table to the employer.
Okay.
I mean, you guys do several trainings.
Right.
Tell me a little bit more about the trainings and how you're such an asset to employers that are looking for the right people. And right now, that's more important than ever.
Right. I was talking about earlier how you go from being everyone's buddy to being the boss. We have a series titled Moving from Buddy to Boss. It's a 12-month program that helps people get in tune with the skill sets necessary for them to be successful as a manager or a leader. What makes it stand apart, I think, from other training series, though, is that we take an intergenerational slant. So right now we have 4 generations working with each other in the workplace, 4 distinct value sets, 4 different belief systems, and you look at the way that they approach work. Most Gen Xers, they work because they need the money to go do what they enjoy.
Now, Gen Xers are?
They are born from 1965 to 1980.
Okay.
The baby boomers, they work because that's who they are. So 1946 to 1964, that's the baby boomer generation. The traditionalists are 1922 to 1945. They work because that was what you were supposed to do. And they're just always going to work. Most traditionalists will have 1, maybe 2 jobs in their life. They only switch jobs when they retire. Boomers only switch jobs if they get laid off, but they're very loyal to the company. Starting with Generation X, we don't have that same loyalty to the companies anymore. It's now about what's in it for me. You get to the millennial generation, the ones born from 1981 to around 2001, this generation is all about the career labyrinth. They'll jump from one career to another, moving their way up instead of the career ladder that the baby boomers had. The millennials are brilliant problem solvers. They're very aggressive about being their definition of successful, but they also expect a lot of perks from the very beginning. Even in the economic downturn, we still have clients calling us going, I really don't know how to handle this. Anything from their mom showing up with them for the interview, which by the way is a very bad idea, to...
That's the ultimate hover mom.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the helicopter
What do you mean you're not going to hire them? Well,
And they have called. I've had banks call me and go, what happens when their mommy calls and says, why didn't they get the job? I'm like, change your number?
Yeah, no kidding.
But you see so much more parent involvement with that generation. And Generation Z, which we're titling the Velcro generation, I think will be even more interesting than the millennials when they get into the workplace. But each of those 4 generations needs communication, motivation, corrective counseling done in a slightly different way. You can get performance out of people if you know how to adapt yourself as a manager and a leader. And that's what we teach in the Buddy to Boss, and then the next level, which is Boss to Leader. And we have roughly 30 different training programs available through Murph, and about 20 of them in e-learning format as well as in the stand-up format.
Well, I imagine that's pretty important right now because you've got, all these different colleges are realizing that, all that university over there in Phoenix actually has a clue, and the guy's a multi-billionaire now.
Right.
So maybe we ought to put more stuff out there on the net.
Well, and the e-learning is nice because it eliminates your travel budget, reduces your carbon footprint, and just makes it where everybody's on the same page getting the exact same message. So yeah, Murph helps to identify the right people, develop the right people, and then retain the key people, as well as allowing the people who shouldn't be there the opportunity to excel at other organizations.
Do you guys encourage people to, essentially change the
Yes.
team?
Yeah, you've got to get the right team in place for anyone to be happy on the job.
I completely agree. Well, Murph Systems, that's MURF, systems.com. By all means, connect with Jody. Jody's book's coming out next week.
End of next week.
End of next week. MyJudoLife.com. MyJudoLife.com. Make sure you connect to him because his tools, I've seen them, they are really impressive. If you're an employer and you want to make sure that your next pick is the right one, he's got some resources for you. You want to make sure that you connect with Jody every way that you can. And then always be watching this channel on each week, Thursday, 3 p.m. Central Time. We're so excited about the ability to push this show out live on our Facebook page, which is HirePresence, and on Facebook. So make sure you check us out there. And in time, we'll even be able to take more questions along the way while the show's going on. We're looking forward to that. If there's any questions for Jody after the show, by all means, you're on Facebook at Jody Holland.
Yeah, or you can go to facebook.com/Murph Systems. That's our Murph page.
Very good. And I just want to tell you, it's been a blast. Jody, thank you so much for being with us. I look forward to our shows in the future as we bring more tips and tools and techniques to help you get where you want to go, to help you land your dream job. It's been HirePresence. I'm Patrick Dewar. We'll see you next week.